My brother sold our childhood home without telling Mom. We grew up in that house. Same cracked basketball hoop. Same kitchen where Mom made pancakes every Sunday. Same hallway where Dad marked our heights with a pencil every birthday. After Dad died, that house was all Mom had left. And my older brother, Ethan, he promised he'd protect it. But promises are cheap when money gets involved. One evening, Mom called me crying. Not normal crying. Like panic crying. She whispered, "Why are strangers taking pictures of the house?" My stomach dropped. I drove there immediately. And when I pulled into the driveway, there was a giant sign on the lawn. "Coming soon, luxury property." I froze. Phew. What would you do if your own family betrayed you for money? I stormed inside. "Wait, Kai." Mom was sitting at the kitchen table shaking. And Ethan? He was calm. Too calm. Like he'd rehearsed this moment. He looked at me and said, "Relax, it's already handled. Handled." Then he dropped the bomb. He had secretly convinced Mom to sign refinancing papers weeks earlier. But they weren't refinancing papers. They were ownership transfer documents. The house was now legally his. Mom didn't even realize what she signed. And before I could process it, he smiled and said, "We're selling the place next week." Mom looked completely broken. Like someone had ripped Dad's memory right out of her chest. I wanted to punch him. But then Ethan leaned closer and whispered something that made my blood run cold. "You can't stop this. At this point, would you expose him publicly or try to settle it privately?" For the next few days, Ethan ignored every call. Meanwhile, expensive cars kept showing up outside the house. Real estate agents. Developers. Investors. Mom stopped eating. She'd sit in Dad's old chair every night holding his watch and crying silently. That's when I realized something. Ethan wasn't desperate. He was hiding something. So I started digging. And what I found changed everything. Turns out Ethan was drowning in debt. Gambling debt. Over $180,000. And the people chasing him weren't patient anymore. The house sale wasn't about success. It was survival. But here's where things get terrifying. The developers buying the house had already paid him in advance. A huge advance. Money he already spent. Meaning if the sale failed, Ethan was ruined. And dangerous people would come looking for him. That night, I confronted him alone in the garage. And for the first time in my life, my big brother looked scared. Like, genuinely scared. He admitted everything. The gambling. The lies. The forged explanations to Mom dying. Then he said something I'll never forget. I thought I could fix it before anyone found out, but it was too late. The contracts were signed. The buyers were coming in 48 hours. Mom overheard everything. And when Ethan turned around, she was standing there. Crying. Not angry. That's what hurt most. She looked at him and said, "Your father worked 32 years for this home, and you sold it like it meant nothing." Ethan broke down instantly. Like a little kid. But the nightmare wasn't over. The next morning, a black SUV pulled up outside. Two men stepped out. Not developers. Collectors, diet guy. Ki. And they were asking for Ethan. "Ki, would you protect your sibling after they destroyed your family?" Ethan completely lost it. He begged Mom for help. Begged me. For help, but now. And honestly, part of me wanted to let him suffer. But Mom, even after everything, still chose her son. That same night, she did something none of us expected. She walked into Dad's old workshop and pulled out a small metal box hidden beneath the floorboards. Inside, old documents, property records, and one sealed envelope from Dad. Turns out, Dad already saw this coming years ago. The house was never fully transferred to Mom after his death. Half of it had secretly been placed into a protected family trust. A trust Ethan couldn't legally sell. Meaning the entire contract was invalid. The sale collapsed overnight. The developers backed out. The debt collectors vanished once they realized there'd be no payout. And Ethan? He lost everything. His car. His apartment. His reputation. But the worst part, Mom never looked at him the same again. Now, every Sunday, we still sit in that kitchen. Same table. Same pancakes. But Ethan's chair stays empty. And sometimes I still wonder, what hurts more? Losing your house, or losing your family forever? Comment your thoughts. And share this story with someone you love the most. Thanks for watching, like, share, and subscribe.